Right, so before we get a look at the actual action figure, maybe we should get a look at a few of his accessories. So we'll start off with the most boring. So as you can see, he has a outstretched hand and a kind of more gripping hand, and he comes with replacements for those on either side. But the one on this side is a fist instead of another grabbing hand. As you can see, we got some nice detail on these hands, lovely paint and sculpt, and again with the outstretched hand that goes on this side, so you can recreate that classic pose when he's like, yeah, with his arms out and all that jazz. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. So yep, you got the hands. You've all got this this kind of more boring skull, which is like just kind of its own thing. Now, I thought I accidentally picked up the one that came with the Apocalypse Marvel Legends figure, but it turns out I didn't. The other one is a bit different to this. This one's got way more detail, a bit more blood all over the skull, like dried, caked in blood. I really like that look. And yeah, no articulation on it or anything. Just a static piece, and it's got a little hole in there for you to put on your wall of trophies. Yep. We also have another skull, this time with a spine attached. Now this could work for your Predator, it could work for your Mortal Kombat figures, it could work for pretty much anything if you want someone to rip someone's fucking head off. So yeah, brilliant that. I suppose you could kind of consider this an accessory if we just take it off really quick. He also has a shoulder cannon, which can come off, obviously. He has a bit of articulation here in the turret, which can kind of pivot up and down. Yeah, it's a bit loose, it's a bit annoying, but like better than nothing. Better than just be static. Probably snap off as soon as you try to even put it on. And yeah, this has got some really nice detail on it. Probably goes quite underappreciated since you're not really looking at the back of the action figure. Now this does also come with a blast effect, which if we connect it on here, yeah, it kind of makes the cannon droop down, so I prefer not to have it on there, but at least you get the option. Next up, which is probably the most exciting accessory, I guess you could say, is he does have an interchangeable head. Now, as much as I prefer this one, and this one doesn't actually come on the figure in the box, so quick little look at that. This isn't the one that comes on the figure in the box, so technically this is the accessory, but we're gonna take a look at this head anyway, because I feel like this head is more the accessory. Of course you see this more throughout the movie, but that's Predator. I mean, they're not really accessories, are they? They're just different head sculpts, like. So yeah, so if we take a quick look at the helmeted one, I believe this figure is the re-release, because I've seen other reviews, you know, people talking about these weird little paint marks that were all over it, and they appear to not be on mine, so this has got to be the re-release, right? Now, they all peg on just with that simple thin peg joint. Normally that would be a problem because NECAs are brittle as shit, but it's not a problem on my in particular Predator, so cool, I guess. But yeah, there's the dreads, cool face and all that, mask. Yeah, and he also comes with this head, of course, and he does also come with the mask that doesn't actually sit on the figure, like it's just an off mask, but I actually can't find that right now, and it's not that important anyway, so like who cares. It's just kind of a stupid accessory, because one thing that really annoys me about this Predator, and it's a really good figure, and I'm not gonna lie, but is the fact that why is the mandibles not out? Why is he not like screaming, you know, all that? Yeah, because you've got the closed mandibles, right, which would make you think that you could put the helmet on there because they're closed, but it still doesn't fit on there even though they're closed. I just think that's completely idiotic. Like, if you're going to include the take-off mask accessory and make it closed mandibles, then it should be able to fit on the head. But then that would make this head redundant, I guess. But they should have just done a removable helmet to begin with and then given us one of these with open mandibles. So yeah, rant over on that. But if we actually take a look at the actual head, it is phenomenally detailed. The only gripe I have other than the mandibles really is the eyes are really like, if you have it sat on the shelf like that, you can't really see the pupils. And you just kind of see darkness and it looks a bit strange, but I rate it. The pupils are just a little bit high up. If we take a look inside the gob here, inside his mouth, you can see there's gnarly gnashers. Cool paint detail on the side here, and the dreads are just made of a soft plastic, so they don't snap or nothing when you're putting it on the actual figure. Now, if we bring the cannon back in for a second and grab our Predator, take him off this DC stand. Mixed media. We also have these bone trophies here on him that you can take off, but I don't know why you'd want to. The only reason I took mine off to begin with was so I could put them on a bit more how I wanted them to look. So yeah, if we bring the cannon in here, you'll see that on the back of the action figure there is a little port there and a little port up here. Now it doesn't really go into this top port, it kind of just goes into the bottom port, and we'll take advantage of this while the head is not on, because it makes it just a tad bit easier. Now, okay, got a little something going on right there. Yep, well, actually plugged in. That's the first time that's actually happened. Normally it just kind of sits on the top in the back, but that's actually fully gone in. Wow, okay. And this is your headless Predator with shoulder cannon. Now, if we bring in this head, because technically he doesn't use the shoulder cannon when he has the unmasked head, and if we just plug it on like that, we now have Jungle Hunter Predator. Duh. Yeah, I suppose now we can actually kind of take a look at the actual action figure. Another thing that normally would be an accessory, but not on this figure because it's not actually removable, is the blades. Normally these, you can take these out of other Predators, but not on this one. So yeah, it's extendable, detractable, whatever you want to call it. He's also got his self-destruct sequence thing here, which can lift up, and it's got really nice detail in there. If the flash wasn't too bright, you could see it. You could see the red Predator Yautja numbers. And I think I just butchered that. I'm not sure. Let me know. Someone probably will. Yeah. I really like looking at this figure. He's just such a nice figure to just look at. He is brilliant looking. And if we take a little closer look here at the chest, you can just see what a phenomenal job NECA has done. Like, I don't understand how this is possible to create such amazing detail on an action figure. Like, just a hunk of plastic. This is just a hunk of plastic that has been whittled down to turn itself into a Jungle Hunter Predator, and I just think that's amazing in itself. But they've gone the extra mile, haven't they? Of course, because look at all this phenomenal paint. As I said, this is probably the redo, so it's slightly different to the original one. I think the original one was a bit darker. Some things that do bug me. This little thing here, it feels so flimsy. It feels like it's just going to snap at any point, and then, you know, it's not even a big deal if it snaps. It's just kind of like, it shouldn't be there. I guess probably there for the movie, but just don't put it there maybe, and then it won't be a problem. Or just like move it or make it a bit thicker or something so it doesn't break. It just feels like it's already broken even though it's not even broke yet. It already feels like it's broke. So yeah, we'll bring it down to the feet here. Then Predator toes. The bottoms, which are just black, which I find kind of weird actually. Does he wear sandals that just go on the bottom of his feet? You're like, oh yeah, he's got the straps here. I was like thinking, and I was like, wait, what? He's just got these random black things just connected to the bottom of his feet. What's going on there? But no, they are connected. If we take a look at his dick cover here, very nice detail. Got some metal across his balls in case Arnie tries to go for a low blow. It's not happening, bro. You're just gonna get a sore toe like that dude who tries to kick Robocop and gets dragged out by his hair. So the articulation on the Jungle Hunter Predator is, I'd like to say it's good. It is good for a Predator, really. It's not amazing, but it's alright. Now the head, as I said, it's on that little thin joint. You can't really do much with it. You can turn it left and right, obviously, but it doesn't really do much in the way of up and down. It's not really an issue, though. So this shoulder thing here, you'd think it would inhibit articulation, and it kind of does. Kind of, but not really. You can still kind of bring it up. Forward. Double jointed elbows, which I don't like to do because it makes this thing look like it's about to snap. Does he have an upper arm swivel? Yeah, he does have an upper bicep swivel. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He's got hands that, you know, bend in. I really don't like posing NECAs. I'm not a NECA poser. Whenever I get my NECAs, I just kind of sit them in a vanilla pose and just sit them there. Like with Marvel Legends, I love posing Marvel Legends, but with NECAs, I just kind of do basic poses because they're so brittle. I don't want to break them, you know. So he's got an ab crunch, which seems, well, no, not an ab crunch. I don't know what this joint's called actually. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't go forward. It doesn't really go back. It just seems kind of pointless. The waist kind of has more in the way of forward and back. It's got a bit more give, but still not very much. So I don't really know what the point in having the chest bit is. NECA should really get ab crunches. That would be sick, wouldn't it, if we could bend all the way forward. Or articulate all the way forward, whatever you want to call it. Legs kick out quite far. I don't like to do it much because of these things. I mean, they are, as you can see, they're soft. But they're kind of like, and they ride up the top there, so you don't have to worry about breaking them. But they're still only just a little bit glued on there, you know. So be careful, man. You got a topper, an upper leg swivel right there. You got double jointed knees right there that only one seems to want to bend. I mean, if we do the other one, maybe he'll bend in a bit. No, maybe I'm just being stupid. Or maybe I just don't want to bend it because I don't want to break it. Okay? There we go. Have some of that. And, yeah, at the feet we got, the feet can go down. No, actually, it's got a tiny little bit of pivot. Yeah. Awesome. Badass. And now we bring in Predator's main enemy, the big chap alien. I mean, technically not the big chap alien is his main enemy, but an alien in general. And as you can see, alien is a tad bit taller than him. You can't really see because my phone quality is trash. But yeah, I think they scale pretty well. I mean, obviously alien should be bigger. But yeah, the thing about this is because they're NECAs, you can't really pose them fighting or anything. I mean, you can, it just looks a bit dumb. So, you know, these just look good next to each other, which is how I currently have them in my shelf. Now, another comparison some people might want to see is the Predator going up against a Mortal Kombat character, because obviously Predator was in MKX, but he wasn't in MK11, so officially it looks a bit stupid being with an MK11 Scorpion, but I think these look okay. I mean, obviously Predator was pretty big in that game, and I've been debating picking up another Jungle Hunter Predator because I think one of the, not the, I can't even remember. I haven't played MKX in ages, but I'm pretty sure one of the variations of Predator is the Jungle Hunter Predator. So, yeah, if you wanted to pick up another one, like I do, you could put it in your Mortal Kombat display as well, I guess. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do I rate this figure? I would rate this figure a solid 9. I really do enjoy this action figure just from looks, you know, aesthetic. Obviously the articulation, I'm not really an articulation fan. I used to be a big articulation guy, but with these sort of more like adult collectibles, I'm not too worried about the articulation. As long as I can put him in a couple different poses, that'll keep me happy with this Predator. So yeah, the sculpt, the paint, phenomenal. NECA knocking out of the park as always. And yeah, that has been my review of this Predator. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment,